All right, let's go to the phones. And visiting with us, as he does every Thursday morning to preview the football games that are coming up in the high school ranks from the West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show, our good friend Steven Orr. Steven, what's happening?
We're kicking off district all across the state. It's a great week.
It is. And again, it looks like, at least out here, I mean, I guess there's a slight chance of rain, but.
Well, we had a 40% chance for tonight or for tomorrow night earlier in the week, but they've kind of taken that down, and it looks like we're going to have a nice, crisp fall night to play some football.
That's good, after a lot of teams were off last week.
That's right, and kicking off the district races, and, man, there's some interesting things, some interesting races to look at. When you look at District 2 of 6A, that's with Monterey, Friendship, and Coronado, and then the two teams out of Amarillo. Amarillo High and Amarillo Tascosa both start their season at 6-0. Lubbock Coronado will host Amarillo High. Coronado at 3-3 on the year, and coming off their big win over Odessa Permian, 15-14. Then they get the bye week, and now they're going to take on a really good Amarillo High team there in Lubbock, and they're going to have to play really, really good defense. Amarillo High is very effective at running the ball. That's what they want to do. And Coronado is going to have to stop that. But Coronado running that spread offense now, putting points on the board like they haven't in the past. That could be a really good ball game. And then you've got Lubbock Monterey at 3-3. They're taking on Friendship, who's sitting there at 4-2. And that's out at Friendship. So the Plainsmen got to have a really tough test right at the beginning. That's going to be a tough district, just all the way around. I think there's some really good teams there, and Monterey is going to have to play really, really well against a good Friendship team. When we look down at District 4 of 5A, and that's the district with Lubbock Cooper and Lubbock High School in it, I think Cooper probably is the favorite to win that district. They're going to take on San Angelo Lakeview. And Lakeview's at 3-3, but they've kind of struggled of late. They lost their last game to Lubbock Estacada last week, 33-25, and I think Cooper probably wins that game going away. Lubbock High gets their first win of the season last week, and now they're going to turn around and play an Abilene Cooper team that's also 1-5. Cooper, one of the surprises to me this point in the district in the season. Chad, you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, I heard a click. Anyway, Abilene Cooper, they got beat by Amarillo High last week, 28-17, but they have just struggled, and I can't tell if it's because they've played really, really good competition or what, but when you're 1-5, you're 1-5, and so they're going to want to make a statement starting that district campaign, and the team you need to keep an eye on, in my opinion, in District 4 is the Plainview High Bulldogs. Plainview started off a little bit bumpy, but they're at 3-3 on the season, and they've won their last two games convincingly, and they're really starting to build some momentum, and I think they could really potentially end up finishing second. I picked Cooper to win that district, but I think Plainview High is going to be right in the mix as well.
Very interesting. Visiting with Steven Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show, which you can hear on our sister station, 1340 The Fan, starting at 10 p.m. Friday night, going till midnight. What are some of the other top games you're looking at?
Well, I think when you look at a really interesting game there in 4A, Division 1 has Levelland traveling down to take on Seminole. That District 1 covers everything from Borger all the way down to Seminole, and all points in between. You've got Borger, Levelland, Pampa, Lubbock, Estacada, and Seminole. So there'll be some miles logged there. And I think a really important game for Estacada to get off on the right foot is Borger. They're hosting Borger. Borger's pretty athletic, and but they've struggled a bit too. So I think Estacada has a chance to make a win. Levelland travels down to take on Seminole in that district as well. And we drop down a little bit lower, and you've got in the District 3, you've got Brownfield, Kermit, and Slate, and Denver City, Shallowater, and Tornillo, half a world away. And I think Brownfield and Denver City is an interesting game. Denver City lost their last game before the bye week. It was their first loss of the season. How they rebound against Brownfield will be important in that one. And then drop down just a little bit further. District 2 of 2A Division 1, that's Abernathy, Floydada, Health Center, New Deal, Olton, and Tahoka. Abernathy is probably the cream of the crop in that division, but they'll be playing New Deal, so you have big implications for the district, I think, in the opening week between the two district favorites there. Floydada's at Olton, and then Health Center has Tahoka in that one as well. Another team down there in the smaller 2A schools, we need to keep an eye on Crosbyton and Seagraves. Both of those teams are undefeated. They're putting up huge numbers running the football. They're scoring a lot of points. And I think as we go through the district campaign, we'll see those two teams come out with district championships and potentially make pretty good runs in the playoffs.
Visiting with Steven Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Steven, what are one or two of those games that people have to go and see?
I'll tell you what, I think you want to go see that Amarillo High Lubbock Coronado game. It's going to be a big game for Coronado. If they're competitive in that game, if they can figure out how to win that game, it is huge for that program. And I really do. I think Coronado is a team that's still trying to get some stuff figured out, but they get better, and they've won a big game. That game against Permian was just huge for confidence and just moving them kind of to a different level with that program. I think that's a big game. I'd also really like to go see Lubbock Cooper take on San Angelo Lakeview, because Lakeview is a team that has been better this year than they have in the past. But Cooper, I'm really impressed with what they've done since they won that ball game at Stephenville.
All right, Steven Orr, West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show. You can hear him on our sister station, 1340 The Fan, 10 p.m. until midnight. And then as you're traveling around West Texas, you can tune in to a number of different radio stations as you're driving around on your Friday night and during the same time period, and listen to the West Texas Friday Night Scoreboard Show. As always, Steven, thank you.
Chad, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.